Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Sheltered Hell. How you guys doing? Hope you guys, had some good trick or treats for the kids and everything for Halloween and everything. Mm. In this video, I just kind of want to address something because I just thought about something. I saw an article on our news station, warchant.com, which is an FSU site. Pretty sure none of you guys are ever going to subscribe to that or anything like that. But there was an interesting article where it said that FSU as a fan base, we probably just need to go ahead and embrace the hate, um, because for some reason, we've become the most hated team in college football. We've become like how everybody feels about the Dallas Cowboys. We've become how people feel about the New York Yankees, the LA Lakers. Not saying that we've achieved as much success as any one of those franchises or anything like that, but essentially we are hated just like them, and we will get a bunch of negative press. We get a lot of negative media, um, and it's incredible because like anything that we do wrong is magnified as opposed to another program or another school. Like this past weekend I was watching the Mississippi State game versus Arkansas or whatever, and I saw it and I was like, man, Mississippi State is struggling to an unranked Arkansas. Now, had we done that, everybody on ESCCPN would have been all over us, talking about, this shows a weakness of FSU. That just goes to show you that this team can't, that they're not going to be able to compete, that they're this, they're that, they're blah, 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 blah. And you know what? Honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm actually starting to enjoy and I'm actually starting to embrace the fact that we have haters. Because at the end of the day, um, our team is starting to respond and we're starting to play better, knowing that we have this chip on our shoulder that everybody wants to knock us down, that we're gonna get everybody's best game. And you know what? I haven't been satisfied with my team's on-field performance as far as like how our defense has performed. But the one thing I will say is that this team has showed tremendous heart. Like they refuse to die when everybody writes it off and when everybody says that this team is not this or they're not that. They somehow find a way, they will themselves and they, come through and then they win. Now I know that it's in particular these particular individuals, Bonos, Augusta Gator, Gator Boo. I know for sure these guys are gonna say, we're gonna break your streak or whatever. And you know what? I'm fine with that. I mean, you guys are entitled to your opinion. I mean, you guys are, fans of your teams and everything like that. And I will say, you know what? I look forward to the challenge because you know what? I know that, the Gators, the Florida Gators, despite how bad that they've played, their best football is yet to be played. I know that the University of Miami, I know that the best football that they have to play is yet to be played. And I will enjoy it and I will love it if my team can go in and we can play you guys when you guys give us our best game and we can win. Because then at that point, you all will have nothing better to say than, you know what? FSU is really a good team. Now, I know as a lifelong Florida State fan and as somebody that is an alumni of this university and I have my diploma from this university, that it would be a cold day in hell before I ever actually admit publicly that the University of Florida or Miami are good programs, but internally when I was going through college or whatever, I did have to acknowledge, through the Tebow years that, as much as I hated that school, Florida was really good then. When I was in, back in like, junior high and high school, growing up in Orlando, Florida, I had to admit that, as much as I hated the Miami Hurricanes back then when they had Clinton Portis and freaking, Andre Johnson, freaking Kellen Winslow Jr., all those guys or whatever, I had to admit they were a hell of a team. They were really good. I didn't like them, and I was hoping that they'd lose versus Nebraska, but they were a really good team back then. So maybe internally afterwards, you guys, even though publicly you'll never admit it, hopefully if my team beats you guys' teams, you guys will acknowledge, what, FSU is a really, 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 really good team. Now, I know right now you guys are saying we're overrated, and that's fine, and everybody's going to say we're overrated. Hell, Uncle Lou, man, I just started making videos, brother, and you're a really funny guy, and you're really cool and everything like that. And I know you're gonna say we're overrated or whatever, and dude, you're entitled to your opinion too. Um, you know, the only person here who has actually acknowledged, even greatness is, Law Tide. Law Tide. I don't like your coach. I hate Nick Saban with a friggin' passion, but I gotta admit that dude is probably gonna go down as one of the best coaches ever of all time. So, yeah, I didn't intend for this video to be as long as it has been. But yeah, I just wanted to say, definitely we gotta embrace the hate. I encourage each one of you guys to continue to hate FSU. And if we lose, whenever that is, I'll be here. I'll be the first person here, and I'll be like, you know what, we just weren't good enough. But until then, I'm gonna embrace the hate because you know what, it makes our team much better. And as a Florida State fan, I am damn proud of my team. I feel like we have a championship winning team based off of their heart. Their on field performance hasn't shown that, but we still do have a championship winning team. So I look forward to talking to you guys later in the week. And as always, go Noles.